everyone, and welcome. It is Wednesday. It is the best part of the day. The Knowledge Bolide crew has assembled once again. We're almost on 6 years in a row without missing a week. It's unbelievable, especially with me kind of like in charge running it. I'm surprised people come back every single week, but I'm glad they do. We have a little bit of show and tell for you guys today. It's the Tucson Treasures, post-Tucson Treasures number 4. So I have a few things to show. We have Dave, Dronino Dave, we're going to call him from now on. Marissa, Pat, and Mike. So wow, it's a little tight-knit group. We don't have very many people going today. Dave, Dronino, how the heck are you?
I'm doing just good.
Oh
I
wow.
have actually a non-slice of Dronino for a while, and when I saw the this piece at the show, I thought, well, now's the time to get it. It's just beautiful. Very unusual iron. You don't see a normal Widmanstätten pattern. Uh, One of the reasons is it has a very high amount of nickel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much a shrapnel piece. You can see how there's a lot of shear and movement, but you have also these cool inclusions in here, and it makes for a really, really unique and different iron meteorite. And this piece is 13.32 grams, and
It is
really,
really, really cool.
yeah.
Uh, I think I'm gonna have someone fill in the blank for me because I don't know what those inclusions are. I believe they may be. No, I'm not even just gonna say, but I will tell you that I think you are wrong a tiny bit in the fact that it doesn't have a Widmanstätten pattern. It has what's called a micro-Widmanstätten pattern. So,
Yes, yes. Yeah,
but but it's not the
that,
normal,
yeah,
bold, striking one you can see from across
right.
the room in many irons.
And as a matter of fact, I went the whole gamut. I bought a slice of a etched Sakota,
Mm.
which you better buy a piece big enough or you're only going to have part of a crystal.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I was lucky I got a couple of crystals in a
Hmm.
relatively small piece. And then this one, where you have probably hundreds of thousands in that. But they are kind of sheared a bit and such, but it just makes for a really, really beautiful piece. There may be some troilite in some of those. There may be some carbon inclusions. I don't know all of the inclusions that would be in there, but
Let's look on the crew. Does anyone? I'm looking at Professor Pat, maybe. I see him chomping at the bit, little bit of drool coming out of his mouth. No, you're not an iron guy, but what do you see in there?
Uh, I'm going to have to defer to Michael Kelly.
Nice.
The I think maybe the darkest stuff might be chromite, but Michael, if you're on, please.
Well, you know what? Let's wait on that until we see mine in moving. I always tell my guys it's better to show it in video. So because of that, we are going to get off of yours and go to mine in video, Dave. Yeah, let's look at mine under HD in video. I have 3 slices of Dronino that I got at the exact same place. I think I might have gotten them with you, Dave, if I wasn't careful. So, Pat, could you highlight me, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. This is what we're discussing today, Dronino, ataxite, and it's from Russia. Now, these pieces are just absolutely stunning and amazing.
look at that.
Yes. So, Mike, I'm sorry I shushed you earlier, but if you have any knowledge to drop on us, I would love to hear it, buddy.
Yeah, certainly. So the major inclusions in Dronino, and they also have a lot of interesting blebby shapes to them. The cores are troilite, but
Ooh.
they typically are surrounded by like iron hydroxides. So some oxidation products around them. And so that's why you're seeing in both Dave and your slices, the troilite's kind of goldish yellow, and that dark around there is iron oxides or iron hydroxides, which would typically be darker black like that.
Cool.
Fantastic, man. Thank you very much, buddy. And Mike, I happened to see a picture. I was going through some pictures the other day for looking for some media on a video, and I saw a picture of the day you and I met at the Meteorite Mansion. Good times, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, these Droninos are super awesome, and I don't know if you can tell, but they're glass polished, but very, very cool iron. And a good thing about this is, and it's an ataxite. This is a different one that I showed earlier. It's an ataxite. It has a higher nickel concentration, or content. So it is a very stable meteorite, or it tends to be more stable. But yes, so Dronino is the way to go on that one. Now, I'm going to not test, but just get some impressions from the crew. Does anyone have an idea what this is?
It's like a Martian, maybe a Nagalite?
I wish.
Not a chondrite.
Has the same grain as Nagalite, but
Ukraine.
I believe that is a very good guess, Chris. Fusion crusty. I want to cut it open and really see what it looks like inside. It looks like an unbrecciated eucrite.
Yeah, like a monomict. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that is what Professor Taha told me it was when he looked at it, but it was looked at by Dr. Carl A.G., and he put it as an HED. So that's as far as he went with it. But this is from the J. Piatek collection. It's one that he bought. He was going to get it classified because he thought it was going to be something super, super special. Maybe based on the outside, you guys thought it was as well. So good on you. I was hearing Mars and stuff like that. So it got your attention. It got Jay's attention as well. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, that's his business card. I think that is a cool picture. Yeah, I like that. So this was tested, sample tested, and is HED, but yeah, I believe it's a monomict eucrite, unbrecciated, and I may slice it open and make some slices available, or make the whole thing available if someone else wants to slice it. So that's one that I wanted to show off. We'll see if anyone can identify this. I'm just going to put it like that for now. Does anyone want to venture a guess as to what this is?
Also not a chondrite.
Exactly. Thank you, Allison. Well, you know what?
I'm
Allison
on a roll.
Allison on the Meteorite Meteor Wrong always says, narrow it down. What can't it be? Well, it's not
Norton
a
County?
chondrite.
It's not that.
Is
Mike,
that the one?
Wow.
Is that the one that's got the green crystals on it?
No, I heard Mike say Norton County.
Norton.
yeah, I
Cool.
was gonna guess an Albright.
So look at
That's
that
super
dark
foamy crust.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. I've never seen crust piled up like that on a Norton County before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is super cool. That was 4 grams. I have one that is 3.5 grams, and it also has fusion crust.
Cool.
But it's not as bubbly, though. It's definitely a different part of the main mass. You know what I mean? But
I thought Norton County's fusion crust is kind of a pale looking or
it
beige.
usually is.
That's weird.
Yeah, this is very anomalous crust, in my opinion. So anyone else can ring in, but yeah, you're normally looking at the brown, tan, caramel, translucent. Yeah, these are super interesting. With the,
I love having the number on those. That is so
yeah,
cool.
yes.
Do those fluoresce under UV?
Some of them fluoresce. I don't know if these do. I haven't tested them yet, but they're in my inventory. We're gonna put pictures online. So if they put it this way, you buy them and tell me if they glow. Let's see who's next in my magic book of meteorites. Marissa. Yes. What do you have for us today? Something as pretty as you, I hope.
Oh, definitely. I am super excited about this one. I've been wanting one of these for years.
Oh,
Ooh.
the camouflage pallasite.
Yeah, Hassi el Biod 002. And this is a way bigger slice than I ever thought I could get. It's 8.34 grams.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Beautifully photographed too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I think this one is a little bit, I don't know. It just I won't say anything special about it. I'll just say it looks to be a lot more olivine than metal.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the ratio, and you know, I'm just still amazed that I got an example this big, because you know, we all know how expensive this one is. It's an ungrouped it's an ungrouped parasite.
Yep.
So it's pretty pricey, and usually that's been way out of my range. And I won't mention the dealer, but they gave it to me for a great, amazing price, and I
That's
just
awesome.
am very, very, very thankful to them.
Very cool. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
love when people look
totally
out
is.
for everyone on the crew, and especially people like you.
Ooh,
Gosh
Wow.
dang.
Wow.
maybe even more amazing from this side.
I don't know if it's more amazing, but definitely equally amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Marissa, you have such spectacular taste in meteorites.
Yes, she does.
Yep.
It's amazing how many very flat surfaces there, straight lines there are on the edges of the olivines.
And they're such a pretty blonde color, honey color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, this one has a lot of olivine. And
Yeah, I'm super happy with it, and etched on both sides, so it's an amazing example. And I'm very lucky it is a little translucent.
there you have it. Wow.
So I
And
got everything.
wow.
Awesome.
These olivines tend to be more of if they're going to have a hint of color to them besides the normal olivine color, it's a little bit of red. They have a tiny bit of red in them, and I see like in these, maybe the one on the right and the one on the top, I can see a tiny bit of red highlights in that one.
And that's what I had.
Wow. Well, thank
I'm
you and
super excited about
congratulations.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you for sharing and congratulations. That's a nice sizable piece. And I'll tell you right now, if you send me the first picture we looked at of it, I will put it on the thumbnail because that is a beautiful meteorite. So, I mean, great
Oh,
picture.
you got it.
So thank you very
Awesome.
much. I appreciate that. All right. The Magic Book of Meteorites says, Pat with the, Pat is so unusual. He has to show us something that science doesn't even know what it is. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm going to break a bunch of cardinal rules here, but for no sharing with webcams. This is a slice of Craig's yet to be classified, but probably G chondrite. And I didn't go to Tucson looking for a G chondrite, but of course I got obsessed when I learned about it. And they're carbonaceous. They're kind of a weird subgroup of the CVs, and they're strange because they have a weird mixture of oxygen isotope ratios, which means they're like a put together thing from a bunch of different areas. So that's
And it
wild.
actually showed in that slice. It showed the brecciation.
Yes, yeah, and the other side, unfortunately, it doesn't really show very well
Oh, it
because it
does.
has
I
such a
mean,
polish. But there's a zigzag of iron at the top there. Uh, there's a great big old glob of sulfides down there, and there's metal everywhere, and high metal areas and low metal areas. Very odd. So anyhow, I want an individual of that. So I called Craig, and guess what? My bank account is a little depleted, but I got a 746 gram individual of it that was a surface find. And you can kind of see the water line there where it was in the ground and this part above the ground. And the fortunate part of that part being above the ground is that it got some of the fusion crust sandblasted off of it, and we can see a whole gob of chondrules through the part that's uncrusted but desert varnished. And get your bingo cards ready. There's even significant evidence of cluster chondrule texture
Ding, 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 ding.
as well. And Craig
Bingo.
said one of the amazing things about this one was each rock looked different
Wow.
inside when they sliced them. So I haven't committed to slicing this one yet, but it might be irresistible because this one might have nicer chondrules than the ones that he has sliced. Coming to a meteoritical bulletin near you is going to be some new interesting stuff about G chondrites.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit. Maybe we can have Mike Kelly ring in as well, because we need to talk about G chondrites because we've never really discussed them before, and it doesn't really make sense. We've talked about L chondrites, H chondrites, LL. We've talked about CC being carbonaceous chondrites. Now I hear talk of a G chondrite. Mike, are you in stealth mode right now, or can you ring in on this one?
So I don't have too much on the G chondrites. They do seem to be incredibly high metal in the matrix, but it also does seem to always be webbed through there. That's the one thing I've noticed with the couple that I've run across. Like Pat's saying, the reservoir they're coming from seems to be the carbonaceous reservoir. I want to say everything we have so far is all low petrology, right? So there's, uh, proposed chondrite ungrouped 3s and 4s, right? And all those proposed Gs fall into that. So they are pristine and near pristine as far as their petrology goes. But if you notice all that webbing through there, they're kind of like some of the interesting uh, type 3 melts, which is something rare that we really hadn't found any of those until more recently. Because yeah, how do you get a 3 and then also have the melts? So how do you have 3 material like Pat's showing with all those nice chondrules in there, or potentially 4 material, which is still low? But you have all of that metal running through there. So it's almost like a metal brecciation dividing up those less melted chondritic parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could potentially be the last one needed, right, to get us over the 5 line.
Yeah.
Right. Typically, it takes 5 to make a new grouping.
Yes. Right
It has to be
now,
proposed on paper. So
yeah. Right now, the G chondrites are a proposed grouplet. But there's some work going on right now on classifying this one and reclassifying some other meteorites that had been classified as chondrite ungrouped, or OC3 and OC4. Yeah. But the type sample for this one is Groznaja, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of, that fell in Russia in 1861. And so people have been talking about G chondrites for a long time.
Now, Mike, we're going to cut over to you to show something, but before, I have a quick question for you. Do you think, and this is hypothetical, we don't know, but if it is a new G class approved, G group, would it be CG material? Like we have CV, CM, CG? What do you think?
yeah, I think if they're talking about it coming from the carbonaceous reservoir, yeah, it would fall under a CG grouping. So it'll be interesting to see how they end up doing that.
We were just talking about it being carbonaceous. Now you have a carbonaceous to show us, but it doesn't have as much metal, I'm going to assume.
No, not much metal, but so I did not make it to Tucson. But right after Tucson, Roberto was having trouble with his isomet saw. So I made the 3-hour trip up there to help him do some isomet surgery.
Hmm.
And so you always got to cut something and make sure that you got the saw working properly afterwards.
Yep.
So we cut this, and this is NWA 16003, which is a CK3. And again, majority of the chunks of this look like this, and exterior is kind of boring. But what Roberto found inside that box when he was digging through were these, which were the real prize. And I know y'all cut one at the mansion.
Yep.
So that is a centimeter across chondrule that has weathered out of that material.
That's crazy.
So I got that, and then this might even be cooler. Any thoughts to what that might be?
Wow, what? No.
Is it a type B CAI?
Yes, that
Awesome.
is a weathered out type B CAI.
Wow.
You can really tell the
Cool.
difference there because the CAIs oftentimes have soft spots in them, and you can see the pitting and holes in there, whereas the chondrules are, nice and solid.
Wow, awesome
uniform.
score, Michael. I've never ever even heard of one weathered out.
Yep. So I've seen CAIs protruding out of the edge of CKs and CVs before, but yeah, I have also never seen one that was completely weathered out and separated.
Show us where they are in that slice, if you don't mind, please.
So that's the thing. So the slices here, all the material that I was told was kind of small, very broken, very weathered pieces. And so I don't think Roberto dug through the entire box, but you really don't see them, the big chondrules, in these small pieces they had. So
and the inside of that slice looks really fresh.
yeah, it's a decently fresh CK. But yeah, it's all kind of average sized chondrules in these little pieces that were in the box.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it was kind of odd not to, because I asked Roberto that specific one, like, so there was no, partial, weathered out part where you would have a large chondrule,
could you even
protruding
imagine?
out of one of the pieces. And
Wow.
it just wasn't in the box, so they either all completely popped out, or are completely still buried inside, some of these smaller pieces, and someone's waiting for a gem to cut.
Wow.
Awesome.
Crazy, man. Thank you very much for sharing it with us. I appreciate it. It's not like we're on a diet or anything. You can show more than a chondrule and a CAI, okay? Just to let you know, we can handle it. So, hey guys, thanks a lot everyone for joining us today. It was a really short show and tell. We have another, probably a members only video coming. We have Tucson number 3 being released. And we also have a video that we did with Mark Lyon about meteorite studies. .com, which is going to be a brand new web page for the Meteorite experience, if you will, with no social anxieties. So thanks a lot, everyone. Appreciate it. Let's wave to the camera, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.